I'll wait for that annoying beeping to stop. Oh, it's not going to stop. Okay. What's up, guys? It's Kelly, and today I've got another swatch and review for you. So I'm actually pretty excited because I am doing a swatch and review for the Lynnderella new OG collection. So if you recognize the name Lynnderella, it might be because you've been immersed in the nail polish world for a really long time, like me. Actually, I don't know if a lot of you guys even know this, but I started doing a nail art blog. I think it was over 6 years ago. It was right around the time I met Evan, and independent nail polishes weren't really a thing, and like definitely not YouTube nail artists, and everything was very different then. But the one thing I remember is there was this one brand, Lynnderella. I'm pretty sure they were the only independent brand of nail polish back then. Since then, it's actually gotten a lot more popular for companies to just make their own nail polish, but like back then, Lynnderella was it. That was it. And I remember those polishes were coveted, like people were obsessed with them. And I actually never ended up getting my hands on them. But anyway, Lynnderella actually reached out to me and they wanted to know if I could do a swatch and review on my channel for their new collection, which is called the new OG collection. And I was like, yes. So yeah, it's all, I feel like this is all such like a crazy coincidence that this is the first collection I've ever gotten, because this whole collection is like almost like a shout out to their original polishes. The new OG stands for the new original glitter, because the first big glitter that they came out with was this black and white glitter topper called Connect the Dots. And if you've heard of Lynnderella, you've heard of Connect the Dots. It's like the original black and white glitter topper. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this collection has 6 different polishes in it, and then I also have a limited edition Halloween polish that's not part of the collection that I just threw along in the swatch, which I'll show you after. They're very different from the types of nail polishes that you would buy in the store. Like, that was the whole thing with Lynnderella from the start, was it was polishes that you couldn't really buy mainstream because these are only available because they're made in such small batches. Does that make any sense? It's crazy the amount of stuff that they pack into one small little glitter. Like, everything is so multi-dimensional. You guys will see. It's really unlike anything that you have ever bought before if you've only ever bought mainstream polishes. So really quickly, I'll tell you guys about the bottles because I think that's just a really cool thing. They have always had these handwritten labels on them, and that's another thing that's like so cool about it being this independent brand, because it feels so unique, like you're getting like a one-of-a-kind sort of deal, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm kind of excited to show you. So yeah, without further ado, I guess we should just get started, right? So as usual, I'm just going to use my clean natural nail, and I've got some base coat under all of these swatches. This is the Cuccio base coat that I get from H Sweet Beauty Bar. So the first color in the collection is Fleshed Out, and this is sort of a pinky nude shade. It's actually a scattered holographic polish. You cannot tell in this video because I am not in natural light, but in the sunlight it looks absolutely beautiful. There's also a really faint, I want to say it's like pinkish and bluish shimmer in it, a little shimmer in the light. So it's actually pretty much opaque in the first coat, but I did throw on a second coat just because I wanted to get the depth of that holographic glitter and that colorful shimmer in there. So that is what you're looking at right here. I'm actually getting serious wedding vibes from this polish. I feel like it would be so classy and beautiful for a bride to wear. Next up we have Red Ahead, and this is a red micro glitter, but it's also got circular metallic glitters in there as well. So it isn't a clear base, but because there's just so much glitter packed into it, it's opaque on its own. So it did take 2 coats for full opacity. On the first one, I just wanted to go over and get the colors, and I sort of pulled most of those circular bits out, and then on the second coat, that's when I sort of placed those down. I think it's a really interesting take on a classic color. You know, a lot of people wear red nail polish, but you don't always get to see this type of glitter. It's really interesting. Okay, next up we have my favorite of the collection. This one's called Vampire Tantrum, and it's another micro glitter. This one is totally beautiful. It's like red, black, and actually gray micro glitters in a clear base, and I can't tell which ones are holographic. I'm guessing it's the black. Show off a scattered holographic finish, and then the red ones are metallic, and the gray ones are matte. So it's just a whole bunch of different types of glitter in one, and I feel like this, like I know I always say it, but if I was a vampire, this is the nail color I would wear for sure. It's perfect. Next up we have Eye Candy, and this is another micro glitter with a little bit of that hollow shimmer in it. It is actually in a blue base, but I think it's a little bit more turquoise than my video is showing. I tried to color correct as much as possible, but this is as good as I could get. So what's really interesting about this one is it actually has metallic red micro glitters in it, and I feel like that just adds a crazy amount of depth. I did 2 coats for full opacity here, this one and actually the last one as well. They dried it almost like a textured finish, so if you like that type of finish, you don't need to use top coat, but I would use top coat because I love the way it looks when it's shimmery like this. Next up we have the namesake of the collection. This is New OG. It is a black and white glitter topper, but it also has a ton of holographic and blue sparkle in the base as well. So the way that I apply glitters like this, first of all, I do have a base color underneath, but what I do is I mostly wipe off the color and just have a little bit of that base color going on with just a tiny bit of those glitters, and I'll put that on for my first coat. Then I go back in and I wipe some of the glitters off of the neck of the bottle, and I start to place those individually on my nail. Hope that makes sense for you guys. But basically there's just so many different types of glitters that are in here, and I like to place them all separately so that I can really see what types of glitters I'm working with. So this one's got honestly everything I could ever think of in it. I see some squares, I see some rectangles, I see circles, stars, diamonds, flower shapes, got a little guitar in there, there's little bar shapes, there's a lot of just random little shard type of shapes too. I don't think I could even name, oh, there's hearts, of course. I don't think I could even name all the different types of glitters that are in here. This is just one of those polishes where every single nail is gonna look totally different. So obviously with a lot of glitter placement like this, you definitely want to wear a nice thick top coat with it. So I just wanted to show you guys what that looks like with the top coat. So next up we have You Name It. And this is another glitter topper, and it's got basically every color you could ever think of in your life. I would say it definitely leans on the pink side, and then that also has blue and a little bit of a purple micro shimmer in the base there. So again, just gonna do it the same way where I'm wiping off most of the polish off of the brush to get that first coat down, and then I am going to wipe some polish onto the neck of the bottle to get some of those shapes on there. So this one's fun because every time you do a nail, you're probably gonna end up with a different color scheme. Like when I tested this out on my thumb, I found that most of the glitters that I was picking up were hot pink. On this nail, I found that I was pulling a lot of greens and a lot of different random colors like that. I got a yellow in there, I got some reds in there. So again, this is one of those polishes where each nail is gonna be totally different, and I feel like it's almost like an everything but the kitchen sink. So there's definitely some matte shapes in here, there's some, oh man, I honestly couldn't even. I read online that they have over 50 different types of glitter in here. That's crazy. So I feel like this nail definitely gave me like an 80s vibe. I just wanted to show you really quickly what it looks like with top coat and with all those different types of glitters on there. So now that you guys have seen the new OG collection, I wanted to show you really quickly a glitter topper that they came out with that's a limited edition for Halloween. It's right here behind me, and it's called Ghosted, and it's basically, it's very similar actually to some of their other glitters that I just showed you. Let me show you the swatch. So this is Ghosted, the limited edition shade for Halloween 2017, and like I said, it's very similar to the other glitter toppers in that it's just packed with a ton of different shapes, and then it has that blue micro shimmery finish to it. So once more, I'm going to wipe most of the glitters off of the brush there and get down a base coat of just that base micro glitter that's going on in the background, and then I'm going to go in and start placing. So this one has a lot of really fun shapes. I see all Halloween colors here. We've got orange, we've got purple, we've got green and black and yellow, and there's different Halloween themed shapes in here. There are bats, circles, and moons and stars, and it's just really fun. Again, this is just another one of those mix it up nails, and what's really cool with polishes like this is if you want, you can pour some out onto a piece of scrap paper, and you can actually pick out the specific glitters you want rather than just finding ones on the neck of the bottle, and you can actually have each nail like a different theme or whatever, you know? If you guys are interested in seeing me do something like that, just let me know in the comments and I can do a really cool glitter placement manicure for you. So once again, I just wanted to show you guys what it would look like with the top coat over it, because of course with glitters like this, you definitely want to wear top coat. I feel like this nail doesn't look that Halloween-y because I got so many white glitters on it, but it's really just luck of the draw, whichever glitters I find on the neck of the bottle. So that's how I came to this manicure. So the fun thing about this glitter is that it also comes with a little packet of loose glitters that are all Halloween crazy shapes. Like there's ghosts, I see bats, I see pumpkins, I see moons, skulls, and crossbones. Did I say bats already? There's stars. Every time I look in here I see something different, which is crazy. So you can use this for nail art, which would be awesome. You can use it for decorations. You know, it's Halloween, right? So very cool. So overall, I'm actually pretty excited about my first Lynnderella experience. I hope that you guys enjoy these polishes. Like I said, they're totally different from anything you would experience like if you go to the store to buy nail polish or if you go to the salon. I will link in the description their shop website. I would think of them as a collector's item over anything else. Obviously these are gorgeous polishes and I would wear them, but I feel like I definitely want to save them for really special occasions just because they're so exciting and different. So let me know in the comments below if you guys own any Lynnderella polishes or if you're interested in buying any of these. Give this video a thumbs up if you're excited for my next swatch and review, or if there's any brands that you're interested in having me swatch and review, let me know in the comments below. Like I said, I still got more fall polishes to show you, so definitely stay tuned for that. More Halloween nail art Sundays coming up, and yeah, so if you're not already subscribed, you better be subscribed by now, right? Okay. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, we're keeping it simple with today's fun fact, which is my favorite animal is the sea otter. It actually took me a really long time to decide what my favorite animal was because I feel like I love so many animals and I just love animals in general, but I have recently learned with multiple trips to the aquarium that I'm always just pumped to see the sea otters, and they're like the cutest thing ever, and I watch videos on sea otters and I don't know, they're really cute. Runners up include sloths. Sea otters, favorite animal. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.